Welcome to the smart world around us, brought to you by Smart-EDU Hub. Today, we're going to dig into a really insightful article. It's called The Quality Initiative of E-Learning in Germany, QEG Management for Quality and Standards in E-Learning. The authors are Louise Brosser and Kaslin Vrabi. And our mission today, we really want to unpack the big challenges, but also the innovative solutions for making sure e-learning quality is high. We'll be focusing especially on small and medium-sized businesses, SMEs. And just a reminder, you can find a link to the full article right there in the description. Okay, so let's unpack this. The core challenge, quality in e-learning. It's absolutely vital for success, right? But it's also known for being, pretty tricky to define, let alone deliver consistently. Why is it such a moving target?
Yeah, that's a great starting point. What's fascinating here is that pinning down quality in e-learning is inherently tough because it really depends so much on the specific situation.
Yeah.
Think about how quality management itself has evolved. I mean, historically, we started with what you might call ex post assurance, basically checking for problems only after something was finished, like inspecting a house for cracks once it's built.
Right, finding problems after the fact.
Exactly. Then things shifted towards in-process checks, inspecting the foundation while it's being poured. That led to more process-oriented management, trying to design the whole building process to prevent cracks in the first place. But the big shift, and where we really are now, especially in complex areas like e-learning, is total quality management, TQM.
TQM. Okay, that definitely sounds like a bigger concept than just checking for cracks. So what makes TQM fundamentally different, especially compared to those earlier, maybe more reactive approach?
Well, it's a complete mindset shift, really. TQM takes quality from being a sort of final inspection step to being this continuous shared responsibility. It's holistic. It cuts across the whole organization. It's generally defined by 5 key characteristics. First, a really strong customer orientation, and that means all stakeholders, learners, instructors, the organization itself, everyone.
Okay, so everyone's needs are considered.
Precisely. Second, it relies on using all available knowledge sources for continuous learning, always adapting. Third, there's this constant drive for improvement, sometimes small steps, sometimes, bigger leaps. Fourth, and this is crucial, quality becomes everyone's job, not just one department's problem. It's individual and team responsibility. And finally, number 5, it sees quality as a work in process. It's never really done. It's always evolving. It's about redesigning the whole learning ecosystem, really, starting with the learner.
That sounds incredibly thorough. So TQM gives you the philosophy, the big picture, but how do you actually do it? How do you implement that continuous improvement and make sure everyone's oriented towards the customer in a practical way? This is where the article brings in quality standards, doesn't it? It mentions ISO/IS 19796-1 as the first international standard for this, based on something called the PAS 132-1 reference process model.
Exactly. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, that PAS 132-1 model is, it's foundational. What's really powerful about it isn't just that it's international, but how adaptable it is. It's got 2 main parts, a generic process model and a generic description model. Essentially, it provides a sort of common language, a flexible blueprint for building quality e-learning.
A blueprint, okay.
Yeah, and it's designed for integration. It connects the providers, the producers, the customers, the actual users. It's also pretty comprehensive, covering all the processes involved. But maybe most importantly, it's open and expandable. You can extend individual bits of it. So it's not some rigid set of rules you have to follow exactly. It's more like a universal grammar for quality, ensuring some consistency, but without killing innovation.
Okay, that makes sense. A flexible standard. But let's pivot a bit. How does all this land for, say, small and medium-sized businesses, SMEs? The article notes that e-learning might still be a bit of an exception in SMEs, but sometimes it actually gets higher acceptance there. Maybe because they often prefer that informal, learn-as-you-go, workplace-based approach.
That's right.
So what do SMEs really need from e-learning?
Yeah.
Is there a danger that focusing on, low cost and short formats might accidentally compromise the quality we've been talking about?
That's a really important question, and the article tackles it head on. SMEs do have very specific needs. It's less about compromising quality and more about tailoring the approach. For them, e-learning solutions generally need to be easily integrated into their daily work. They need to be brief, avoid long disruptions, the information has to be directly relevant to their work, and crucially, the knowledge needs to be transferable, like right away to actual practice.
So immediate application is key.
Absolutely. Plus flexibility in how it's taught, the technical side. Industry-specific content is often vital. And yes, cost is almost always a major factor. Low cost is critical. And this is exactly why the initiative mentioned in the title, the Quality Initiative E-Learning in Germany, the QEG, was set up. It was specifically designed to support SMEs by developing the right kind of tools and support systems, like the Quality Integration Tool, or QIT, which acts as a quality management support system, a QSS.
Right, the QIT. So it's meant to be a practical toolkit for these businesses. And the QEG's main goals seem to really hit those points. Developing standards they can actually use, sharing practical guidelines and tools,
Helping them adopt e-learning in the first place.
and even looking at things like automation and mobile learning, which fit that need for flexibility.
Exactly. It's all about making quality achievable and relevant for the SME context.
So wrapping up, it seems clear that while getting e-learning quality right is definitely complex, initiatives like QEG and tools like QIT provide these really vital frameworks. They offer a structured way to develop quality. It makes you think, doesn't it? How could applying some of these quality management ideas maybe transform your own learning, or perhaps your organization's training efforts? Something to ponder. Well, thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive today. We really hope you found it useful. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the Smart-EDU Hub channel. That way you'll be the first to catch our new deep dives. And remember, that link to the article we discussed, it's right there in the description below. Thanks for listening.